Hello everybody and welcome. I'm your host Captain Awesomeness, and I am over here at Motorsports Country Club in Batavia, Ohio to attend the Kartoween race. Now, before I start on the race itself and the event, let me tell you, it is raining out. It's pretty wet out. I don't know if you can see the surface, but it's pretty darn bad. I just finished up doing warm-ups on my kart, and by the way, I did fix everything on that as well. Here we go. So it's good to go. I have a new axle in there. I've got longer hubs in there because the other ones, the older ones, are I think damaged, so I didn't want to take a risk. And of course for this track I am using MG Reds, which are going to be the standard tire for this track. Nonetheless, so I went out to the warm-ups and it was scary. The track was wet, and with slicks you're not going to get any grip. So any one of the guys who actually had their rain tires on them, they then decided to switch over to those and go into qualifying. I did not have rain tires, and I don't want to buy rain tires, so I am going to start at the tail end by default in the pre-final and in the final. So there's that. We're hoping that by the time the pre-final does come up, the track will dry up enough so that we don't have to worry about how slick it might be out there on the track. But you know, it's a gamble I'm willing to take. Plus I'm going to be careful. I am starting on the tail end anyway. Nonetheless, I am good to go on all the stuff I need to get done. I've got my best buddy here, Otto. Otto's from the Netherlands originally. I love people who are like me in the sense that, you know, I grew up outside of the U.S., so get to talk to him a lot as well. He actually stays on track, unlike me, so there's that. But
not today.
Yeah, not today. Did you go out? You didn't do the qualifying?
No.
Okay.
15 people went out.
So are you thinking of doing the same thing I am, like basically start at the tail end and just...
Yes.
All right.
6 or 7 of us starting at the tail.
So you, me, Tom, and maybe Donald and
Don. Yeah.
So that's that. We're just trying to be careful right now. Like I said, I just went out and I was scared out of my mind when I went on the warm-ups. I couldn't turn, and I thought I was the only one, but it turns out everybody else is having the same problem. So there's that. But really, in the end, we're just going to be careful. You know, for me at least, this is my first time this year coming to the track. It is a points race for everybody else who's been here all season. For me, it's not. So my aim is just to finish a race, and that's all I'll do. And yeah, when the recording comes up, I'll talk about you know, how my sessions go on the track. But right now, at least the car's back to operable condition, so to say. But I'm just worried about myself, really. I just don't want to crash. Anyway, if I have anything else to talk about, I'll get back to you guys later on. I need to have a chat with my buddy Otto here. Bye. All right, a little bit of an update. The 206 Masters class, which is the one I race in, they are about to start, and I'm not in it. Again, the reason being, it rained hard, and I mean hard. I'm about to show you guys the track here in a second. So whoever decided to go out right now in the pre-final has rain tires. I would not want to take the risk of racing on this track right now with its condition with slick tires, which is all I have. So as a result, I'm gonna be here in the sidelines looking at, you know, how this race goes. Now everybody, by the way, is going to race and they're lined up there. So everybody who's going to race is lined up here, and this is what the track looks like at the moment. It is just wet all over. That's where the start finish line is, where you see that little hut thing over there, and then you come in. This is flat out, and it goes into turn 2 technically. That is a small slight hairpin, and then you just kind of go all the way up that way. So the issue though is, in conditions like this, I've already been out, like I told you guys in the warm-up, right? It's bad. You try to turn, it ain't going nowhere. Then you have to try to play with your throttle, so you're kind of doing this whole drifting. You don't want to be drifting anyway. It's just uncontrollable. So I'm done with it, with puddles of water everywhere. What I'm hoping for, because there's still a final race, what I'm hoping for is that enough carts go through here so that the track becomes somewhat manageable. There is no more rain expected, but if it rains again, well, I'm gonna have to skip the final as well. So I'll just talk about being here, but maybe you won't see any footage of me racing. And yeah, that's my fault. But honestly, also guys, I don't want to rain. Honestly guys, I don't want to race in the rain at all. Like, that's something that I'm not a fan of. Don't want to be wet, and I don't want to have to clean the mess with my cart afterwards, because that would mean having to take everything apart in order to prep for the next race. Now, I guess in this situation, what's different would be that, you know, I have to take the cart apart for the season anyway, because it is the last race of the season for me. I thought it would be at G&J, but I wanted to make it out here for Kartoween. There are other things that are going to happen here off track, but I'm not too interested in that. But nonetheless, we're just waiting at this point for everybody to get the green light to go out. The 206 Heavy is going to be the first class that goes out, so we'll show you some footage of that here shortly. All right, just so you guys know, it was supposed to be more than 20-some people racing in our class, and we barely have 17, so not very many people compared to what was supposed to happen, but they're about to launch, so just wanted to show you guys real quick. They all have rain tires on them, which is the smart thing to do. Again, if I had them, I would be on there. The guy who's kind of twisting his body around, that's Ron Swift, and even he's not going out, it looks like. So that tells you not everybody wants to take the risk of going out right now. But hopefully they'll dry up the track for us, them and the other classes that are about to go out for the pre-final. Alright, so just so you guys know, they're all out now, but once they come up here to the start-finish line, they'll have to line up. And if they don't line up right, as you can see right now, they're just all coming around. If they don't line up right, they'll have to go around again. So hopefully they're not too far apart from each other, but everybody's trying to do the best they can. I don't know if you guys can see, but that's the thing with the rain tires. They just pull up all that water. But there's a big puddle I see going into turn 6, I believe. That does not look good at all.
Oh no. They're gonna be all over the damn place.
Yep.
Worm raping right and left.
Yeah, I was supposed to be there right now, and
Yeah.
I ain't messing around.
I was too. This is my class.
Yeah, okay, so yeah.
Nope, none of that.
Nope.
Hard on your stuff.
Absolutely.
You come all the way down and you're not running?
Not in this, I ain't. No.
I came 2 hours.
Yeah, I came from Cleveland, so yeah. You can call me Forrest Gump because I was running, but not like this. Oh gosh. Yeah, so hopefully, there we go. They're all lining up now. This will tell us how it really goes.
This is going to be interesting with that standing water on.
That's what I'm worried about. Yeah, this is where everybody comes in to go flat out.
Yeah.
You don't want to go flat out with this. All right, so they're going double file, right? Yeah, double file it is. Here we go. Green light. No. Did they get a green?
Logan's
Yeah.
got a big gun.
Oh. Yikes. I mean, just imagine not being able to see because your visor's all...
Yeah, that's what a lot of them are saying.
Forget it.
Keep it dry.
Yeah.
Why's the yellow one?
Yeah, I wonder if somebody spun out.
No. No, nobody spun out.
Yeah, so they're gonna line up again right now because the track official didn't like something, but it's probably because
like that inside.
yeah, the inside probably just jumped. So now they're good. Yep, green lights everywhere. There we go. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people knocking each other right now. Even with rain tires, you're not gonna get the kind of traction you think you would. It's just going to be a lot of water spraying everywhere, that's it. Yes, guys, I am happy that I'm not out there right now. Here we go, coming through the first middle part, rather, of the track. Then they go all the way out. Everybody's just being careful, I can tell a little bit. This is going to be interesting. Are they going to go flat out now? But probably not. Still too wet over here, so that's my concern for when the final comes up.
Green flag is out for the 206 Masters.
Yep. The green flag means everything's going to go, so they can race. There we go. Let's see them come out, guys. That's what I'm trying
Matt
to
Lyda
record.
leads the way over Logan Stevens.
There we go. They're coming out. Let's see. Oh, I can hear the rev limiter hitting hard. Yeah,
Of course, running single file around the track.
everybody's made it through. Including number 80 that just passed by us. Okay, so that did not look too good. I talked to a couple guys and who were out there on the track, and yeah, I could tell that they were really trying to control their throttle and keep the cart pointed where they wanted it to go. So having said that, there's still a few classes that need to go, and they're all going to go on rain tires, obviously. So by the time my turn comes up to go into the final, that's when I'll decide what I want to do. Most likely, I don't know what I'll do. I'll just leave it at that for now. But yeah, at least seeing what's happened and transpired in the first race after the heavy rains, it doesn't look too good, to be honest with you guys. So if that does happen, that I decide that I am not going to do anything more than just watch the races, well, that's all there is to it. So what this will mean, though, is my plans for the day will be just to pack up and get out of here. But we'll see. Still a lot remains to be seen in that aspect of decision making. We'll see about what conditions we get. But right now we're still getting a little bit of a mist. So that's not helping dry up the road. All I'm hoping for is that when all the other classes just go through as they will right now, that it'll create enough for us to be able to race. So yeah, I wish I could say more right now, but we'll see. Okay, after watching that whole disaster with everybody going out in rains and having rain tires, that is, and having problems, I am waiting for the final to start. The final starts in about an hour from now. And here's the deal. So because it is just going to be the final race, I'm going to go out there on slicks. And if it turns out that it's too risky, I'll just come back right in and call it a day. But I still got to go out there. I got to justify having paid the money I did for renting out a transponder and, you know, registering for the race and the hotel stay and all. So that's what I'm going to do. Currently, one of the classes that's gone through right now, and the thing I saw with them was that they were having a hard time, so people spinning out and stuff. So of course that kind of kills your sense of confidence, but I'm still not going to let that undermine what I want to do. So I'm going to go out there and we'll see how things work out. And yeah, if there's something in particular that I think we need to talk about, I'll let you guys know. Let me get prepared. We have an hour. I just want to make sure my cart, which is right here, is good to go. I really just have to check tire pressures and make sure everything else that's in accordance with that is good to go. So yeah, wish me luck, guys. Just got to finish one race. All right, so because I did not participate in the qualifier and I'm in the final race, I got to start at the very last. And again, it doesn't matter. I just basically went off of what guys told me with regards to how wet or dry the track was, but I was also trying to get a feel for it myself. So on slicks, as you'll begin to see, I'm trying to turn, but I am just understeering big time. So that told me I'm going to be struggling all the way across everywhere I can. I use that little runoff here just to kind of stay on track, and that in itself was a struggle for me. So I already kind of had a bad feeling, and I knew more of it as I come around this turn and just wipe out like I did. So yeah, not a good feeling whatsoever. And over here, Mr. Chambers, he tries to help me because I signaled to him saying, hey man, I can't even turn right. So he pushes me back and tries to help me however he can, and I just work on trying to catch up the group that's pretty much left me all the way behind. Lucky for me, the marshals made everybody go around twice, just because the fact that everybody was having problems catching up, and finally we kind of got things in order, and off we go, I suppose. But I'm basically now behind number 222. We are about to reach the start-finish line, and as we do, that's when everybody goes full guns, and that happens right about now. So it's kind of difficult to see what's ahead of me, just because of the fact that I'm so far behind. But nonetheless, going to turn one, and as we go into turn one, people have already been spinning out, as you can see. I go over some wet road here, and because of that, as I try to turn, I spin out, and there's nothing I can do. So I try to recover, and I see other people who spun out too. It's just pandemonium at this point, but it is what it is. For me, the important thing is that I just need to finish this race one way or the other. That's all. No DNF. that's all there is to it. This is my last race of the year, but it's becoming difficult, as I'm finding out, on slicks with really cold temperatures, relatively speaking, and honestly also I think underinflated tires, that this became a bit of an issue for me. But again, like I said, my focus was to try to finish the race, stay on track, and even if I spin out, just go for it. We're not trying to win any positions at all. We're just trying our best to finish this race. But with that in mind, I will also say this, that the entire time my heart was just pumping. And it was pumping because I just didn't know how the kart would behave as and when I went around. So I tried to adapt the best I could. I'm watching other guys in front of me also struggling, so at least I know I'm not the only one. But to me, I'm thinking, okay, at some point I need to start doing something about staying on the driest part of the track, stay away from the puddles, and just finish this race. But with that, one thing I was starting to also realize is that there was something weird about the rear end. It was as if every time, as you kind of also notice, I turn left, the whole cart just wants to slide out from under me. And I didn't know what the issue was, but I'll tell you now, since I'm not going to show you the whole race. Well, we're also seeing yellow signs here, by the way, so that's telling us that more people have spun out. Nonetheless, so one thing I found out as I try to chase somebody down, even though it doesn't really matter, is that my right rear tire had lost all the air. So I didn't seal it right at all when I was working on changing the tires out from whatever Hoosiers I had to these MG Reds that are required for you to be racing on at MCC. On a separate matter though, MCC is a great track. I love this place. I really enjoy it a lot. It's just that, of course, being that this is my second time around at this track, I still have a lot to learn as to where the braking point should be and all that. But then again, track conditions weren't ideal, so I couldn't really learn much from it as much as I'd love to have done so. But anyway, let's just skip to the end real quick because I kind of want to show you guys my reaction as and when I do finish. All I want to say right now is yes, I finally finished the race. I'll talk to you guys when I get back inside. Alright guys, so what you're seeing right now is about 6 months after I actually recorded that video. I apologize for kind of uploading this very late, but I was just super busy with a lot of things, and honestly I did not have the time. So now that I have the time, on the 30th of March, 6 months later, I'm finally uploading it. So I wanted to say that I was really excited about the fact that I finished the one race in the entire year without a DNF, but I learned a lot from it. I made a lot of mistakes. I learned a lot of problems that were happening with the go-kart that I did not do anything about. So the last 6 months have been spent learning a lot on what to do, what not to do, getting to talk to different people about different things. So for example, I did not know that the frame on my go-kart had been bent, which was causing a lot of problems all over the place with how things would suddenly change in the middle of a turn, and then my braking points were just not really helping me either. Driver issue, frame issue. Then of course I also find out at the same time that my engine actually wasn't in the best of shape. When my engine builder took the head off and looked at the cylinder walls, it was washed out. So cylinder walls are supposed to have like a crisscross pattern. I'm forgetting what the actual term is. It's late at night, sorry about that. But that was all missing, so it's probably because the engine was raced in the rain a lot, and usually when that happens, water goes in to the cylinder somehow, and it washes out the cylinder wall. And I was probably not getting the correct compression, and of course because of that, not enough power. So a bunch of things, like I said, happened, and I am learning a lot from them. The good part about all this is that I am starting this new year, which is about to happen in 2 weeks, with a lot of new things, and a video for that will be coming up later down the line. Nonetheless, I wanted to say I am so happy that I was able to finish the race on a good note, and I'm hoping that this 2024 season's gonna end on a way better note than what last year had been all about. So that is all I really have to say about this, guys. I'm again looking forward to a great season. Also, apologize yet again for uploading this video late, but I will do better, and I will be more timely. There are some other videos that I still am debating on working or not. I don't know yet. I'll figure all that out later on as well. But nonetheless, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all, well, at the next Apex, but definitely also on a lot more trips on a lot of different vehicles. Stay tuned to find out. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.